Praised be Jesus and Mary. Saint Rita was the answer to the prayers of aging parents who had no children. At the age of 12, she desired to become a nun and to consecrate herself to God by the vow of chastity. But her elderly parents insisted that she be married at the age of 12 to a man described in accounts of her life as cruel and harsh. So she obeyed. She is one of those saints that God wishes to serve as an example to those who have to put up with harsh spouses. For 18 difficult years, she succeeded in so well in pacifying him that he eventually mellowed and became submissive to the laws of God. Unfortunately, his past deeds had done their damage, and his enemies killed him anyway. And now St. Rita had to overcome her twin son's desire for vengeance. And again, she succeeded. And when the two young men died not long afterward, she was without any further responsibilities to keep her in the world. So she made her application to the convent of Augustinian nuns in Cascia. And a widow had never been admitted there because of the requirement that all sisters should be virgins. But St. John the Baptist, along with St. Augustine and St. Nicholas, appeared to her and answered to her fervent prayers, and they transported her miraculously into the convent by night, despite all the doors being locked. And the sisters, finding her there in the morning, they couldn't refuse her request any longer. St. Rita practiced severe mortifications, eating only once a day and taking only bread and water for food. She was a model of perfect obedience. She meditated every night from midnight until dawn on the Passion of our Lord, and begged him to share in his sufferings. On one of these nights, she felt in her forehead the pain of sharp thorns, which made there an incurable wound. And this festering wound isolated her from all of the other sisters, and she lived thereafter almost as a hermit in the convent. The wound was once cured for a short time when the entire group of sisters were to go to Rome on the occasion of a universal jubilee. And on their return to the convent, her wound opened again. It was discovered that St. Rita had the gift of miracles when a young girl was cured during her mother's visit to the convent to beg the saint's prayers for that intention. And soon many visitors were coming, even from distant regions, to ask for her prayers. She died peacefully on May 22nd, 1456. The wound in her forehead, until then very ugly, became brilliant at the moment of her death, with many miracles being reported. She was canonized in 1900 and is honored in Spain and elsewhere as the patron saint against of hopeless causes. And the shrine of St. Rita is still a favorite pilgrimage site in Italy. So we can learn from her the necessity of mortification and penance, and especially those who do have to put up with difficult spouses. That's a penance in itself, but by being that example, as Saint Rita was to her husband, you can atone for your past sins, and by that example, you can have a positive influence on your spouse.